Shake your pom-poms. Shake, shake, shake. Kimberly F. Brown, she'll roll up on your hometown. She supports the good, but if you're doing wrong, you better watch yourself. If you're cruel and full of spite, she'll shut you down. One wrong step and it's to the ground. She don't play nice with clowns. Brown, brown, brown. On Cleveland, she'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn down brown, brown. She gets the folks in every way. Her light shines bright like midday. She hates the lies, she seeks the truth. She'll call you out and show the proof. She'll clean the streets, she'll get them right. She works all day, she works all night. She loves or hates based on your deeds. Don't cross her path, don't plant your weeds. Brown, brown, brown. On Cleveland, she'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn down brown, brown. Brown, brown. On Cleveland, she'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn brown, brown. Shake your pom-poms. Shake, shake, shake your pom-poms.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year 2026. Shake your pom-poms, shake your pom-poms, shake your pom-poms, shake your pom-poms. Welcome inside the Little Hut Podcast. You know me, right? My name is Kimberly F. Brown. F stands for fantabulous because that's what you are and that's what I am. Brown, 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 that damn brown on Cleveland. Yeah, I want to hurry up and get involved in this subject tonight, because it's going to be hot, fiery, and off the chain. Don't forget that the chat is open, so I don't mind if you have a conversation with me because I may have one with you, and that's just the way we roll here. So, as always, don't forget to support our sponsors. Of course, they are some of the best small businesses on the planet. Let's start with New Beginnings 1111 Creations. That is Angie Marie over in Maple Heights. If you're looking for t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, tumblers, mugs, team uniforms, exclusive designs, whatever your need may be, call Angie at 216-395-7335. Now let's go to Garfield Heights. We're going over to Flavor Southern Cuisine Restaurant, which is located 12540 Rockside Road. And if you're looking for some of the best soul food on the planet, reach out to Rhonda Stubbs. She got it going on. Her number is 216-510-0919. Now listen, this is 2026. You can rent out her venue. If you have a daycare, Rhonda can provide breakfast, lunch, and healthy snacks for the little ones. Once again, that's Rhonda Stubbs at 216-510-0919. And of course, going back into messy Maple Heights, we got Viva Mexican Grill and Cafe. And of course, the neighborhood bar is 16941 Broadway Avenue. Yeah, they got some of the best wings and walkie tacos in the county. Stop by and grab some great finger licking food, enjoy great music and a cozy atmosphere. And that's Viva right there on Broadway, located in the city of Maple Heights. Brown, brown, brown. That damn brown on Cleveland. And of course, I want to say always hello to Angie Marie. She's always hanging out with me if she's not hanging out with her bestie, Rhonda. So listen, y'all, we're going to get right down to it today. I want to tell you guys something first. Now, I know that we have a multicultural audience, but the first 5 minutes of this podcast, I just want to talk to people who look like me. Is that all right? So, other people, no disrespect, y'all can do me a favor. You can either turn down your podcast, go to the kitchen, get y'all something to eat, but I need to have a conversation with people who look like me. So, self. Here comes self. 2026. What self? I'm getting there, self. Oh, about that appointment. All right, self, I got you. So listen, people look like me. You know, there was a time in our history that people who did not look like us, they did not want us involved in leadership positions, and they damn sure didn't want us involved in politics because they were saying that we would cause more harm than good. But then you had people like Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, people from that era. Then we got with the King and the Rosa Parks, people from that era. Then we got with the Shirley Chisholms and the Fannie Lou Hammers, people from that part. And they pound the pavement. They took all type of chaos, conflict, and confusion. They took hooks and beat downs just for us to get into position to make decisions for our people and other people to help move the country forward. They fought, man. They fought like hell, and they paid a hell of a price. Then what do? Self, I'm getting there. We, not all, but some of us get into positions, and we cause more harm than good. And everything they were saying about us, damn it, some of us proved to them that they were right. And that bothers me. So let me address this situation just one more time, because I'm tired. I'm tired of you, and I'm tired of everybody. Damn it, I'm just sick and tired of nonsense and pure stupidity. So I had such a headache the other day. I called one of my mentors. And a lot of you who know me on a personal level, you know that when I started the Brown Report newspaper, my mentor who helped me get started with the paper is none other than Eric Brewer. You know, that investigative journalist who will tear you up one side and down the other. He is probably, besides Carl Monday, who's another mentor, one of the most prolific investigators I've ever met in my life. So I'm having this conversation with Eric because I didn't understand how things went down in Messy Maple. I'm only going here one more time. And I did not want them to be the topic of the first story in 2026. But understand this, I didn't ask for the story, but damn it, they begged me to tell the story, Brown on Cleveland. So I talked to him and I said, Eric, I said, I'm having an issue, a problem with some folk over there. He said, where? I said, that damn Messy Maple Heights. He said, what's going on? I told him about how several council members, how they rigged the appointment to get their buddy, their friend, some young man in office. Eric said, well, that wasn't right. He said, so what information did you give them? I said, here's what I did, because I operate out of openness and transparency. I said, I gave them all of the information regarding this young man's background. I said, I told them, no hearsay, factual, that he's a lawbreaker, that he doesn't have a valid driver's license, that he's been driving while his license is under suspension, that he was also caught driving with fictitious license plates. He's also been caught speeding. He has bench warrants because his child support is in arrears. And this is not a good person to have as a council person. And I said, there's also some questions about whether or not he lives in the city of Maple Heights. And I'm not saying he does not live there. I'm not saying he do live there. I'm just saying there's some questions about his place of residence. And this is something that they need to look into before they go out there shaking their pom-poms, standing behind somebody who may not be the person that they actually want, unless they want the person just for a vote on the floor to aggravate and intimidate, that damn mayor. And y'all know I ain't never gonna take up for her, but right is right, wrong is wrong. Well, Brewer said this to me. He says, good job. He says, the information I know that you provided, he says, I know damn well they did not appoint him, so good job. I said, hold up, wait a minute. I said, they did. He said, they did what? I said, they appointed the lawbreaker, the agitator, the young man who has no experience as a legislator, but disrespect the job of legislators. I said, how can somebody want to be a legislator for a city when in fact they are violating the law as we speak? Well, you know what Eric said? I cannot repeat. Eric said, dumb.com. That's what he said. And if anybody wants to know exactly what he stated, you can call Eric Brewer yourself. And I guarantee you, if you tell him about this conversation, your conversation with him won't be so nice, Brown on Cleveland. Also, I have been receiving a lot of calls from people who are on the state level, people who are on the county level, people who are on the muni level, and everybody is saying this got to be the dumbest, the dumbest council in all of Cuyahoga County. They're no longer talking about East Cleveland, you guys. They're talking about that mess over in Maple. And I'm getting a little offended and a little frustrated because all I can think about is this. I'm getting ready to go there real quick. I'm getting ready to go there. And I hate to keep bringing this up, but if Mayor Jeffrey Lansky, if he was still alive, there's no way in the hell that the four of them individuals who voted for this young man would have ever survived. Because Lansky would have added his 2 cents to this nonsense, and he would have shut that mother so down, because he would have said this: I'm overstepping my boundaries, but not in my goddamn city, Brown on Cleveland. And he sure enough would have said it. So here we are. I was talking to Self today as we were coming from the casino, right? I took mama to the casino today. She won, I didn't. It's just what it is. And Self said, you know what's funny, Brown? I said, what? Self said, you know damn well this young man would have never been appointed if there was an open seat in District 1. I said, Self, what you talking about? Self said, sis, you know damn well, no disrespect, but them white folk over there on the west side of Maple Heights would have never allowed a lawbreaker to become their council person. Voted for or appointed, it just wouldn't happen. I said, Self, what you saying? Self said, sis, sometimes we cause more harm than good. And she said, I'm gonna go a little further. I said, go. She says, I'm gonna tell you something else. I said, what? She says, if a vacancy was in Maple Heights District 2, them white folk and some of them bougie black people would have never allowed a lawbreaker with an open bench warrant to be appointed or elected over in District 2. I said, Self, what you saying? Self said, them council people who voted for the lawbreaker, who has bench warrants, they knew they couldn't pull it off in District 1 or District 2. I said, Self, keep going. What about District 3? She says, over there with Tim? I said, yeah, Tim Tatum. She says, now, Tim's got problems. She said, now, he a little wired, but it would have never gone off in District 3. She says, so they knew who to get this over on. I said, now, Self, District 3 is like 50%. You got Caucasians and you got some black folks. She says, don't matter. Them people over there would have told his ass no, and they would be down at the city council meeting, raising hell, raising Cain. I said, well, keep it going, Self. Self said, and I'm gonna go a little further. I said, keep going, Self, because you're already causing some problems right now on my show. Self said, let's go to District 7. I said, yeah. She says, now, although the councilwoman over there was shaking her pom-poms and shook her pom-poms for that lawbreaker, that woman know damn well that if she would try to put that guy over in District 7, if District 7 seat was vacant, them people over there in District 7 would have told her to sit her ass down. Brown on Cleveland. Self said, Brown, I'm tired of it. I said, but Self, that leaves District 6, 5, and 4. She says, now, 6 a little willy-nilly. 6 probably would go for some shit like that, but we don't know. She says, but I know this. She said, I know District 5 wouldn't have done it. I said, but hold up, Self. I said, but the former councilwoman, Tangela Madden, she voted for this dude. And Self said, this is what Self said. Self said, the reason why she did it is because she has no dogs in the fight. And I said, well, Self, if she didn't have dogs in the fight, why didn't she just mind her business and recuse herself? Self said, listen, she was following her friend. So she really didn't care. I said, but Self, I said, but she wouldn't want that person to be her council person. Self said, that's why she voted him in. Brown on Cleveland. I said, okay, Self. I said, so let's go to 6. She says, well, you already know how that was going to turn out. I said, Self, what you mean? She says, monkey see, monkey do. I see a monkey just like you. I said, Self, you ain't calling nobody no monkey. She said, no, just a figure of speech. You do what I say or else. I said, Self, that sounds like a bully approach. She said, hey, call it what it is. I said, so Self, tell me this. Why District 4? Why do that to them people? I said, that's not right. That's not fair. I said, what happened to the collective whole? Self said, the funny thing about it is nobody was making any noise. She says, District 4 is like a quiet zone. They don't raise any hell. They barely know what's going on. So you can do whatever the hell you want to do to that district. And when the district find out, they may be upset, maybe not. That's why they get what they get, and they got what they got. Brown on Cleveland. Damn shame. I said, Self, I said, Self, so are you telling me, Self, that you had the 4 council people simply manipulate the residents over in District 4? She said, pretty much. I said, Self, are you telling me that they didn't knock on any doors, they didn't talk to any residents about this lawbreaker? She said, of course not. I said, Self, why? She says, because they want to control a vote on the floor. Brown on Cleveland. Unbelievable. Totally unbelievable, but these things happen when you don't pay attention to what's going on in your damn neighborhood. You get what you get, you got what you got, and you probably deserve it because you don't pay attention. And I have to disagree with Self for a minute, because Self didn't talk about the other 2 people who was applying for this position. Now, here's the disturbing part. And sidebar, I don't give a damn if these people don't ever talk to Kimberly Brown again. Y'all know I don't give a show, don't, because I tell the truth, and I'm always going to stand on the side of right. And that's something that John Barnes, you know John Barnes, everybody know John Barnes, he's always taught me that, if nothing else, right? He says, you don't have friends in politics. People have common interests. So one day you may be supporting here. Next day you may be supporting there. But whatever you support, you make sure it's for the collective whole of the people. Brown on Cleveland. So let me go and talk about these 2 applicants real quick before we start talking about the oath of office and these bench warrants. They had 2 applicants. They had a lady who works for the city of Garfield Heights, and she's been on Joseph for about 30 years. She owns about 3 homes in the city of Maple Heights. She's an investor. All right. She interviewed, and of course, they didn't choose her. Oh, and by the way, she had no blemishes whatsoever, no legal blemishes. But here's the one that got me. You had a young lady who applied, polished, articulate, very determined, no nonsense, educated. Did I say professional? Right? She knows how to navigate politics all day, right? She understands the concept of Robert rules. But here's the kicker. She's an honorable matron of the Eastern Stars. Do they not realize what they lost when they did not consider her? You mean to tell me you turned down an honorable, professional matron of the Eastern Stars for a lawbreaker, somebody with a bench warrant, somebody who has no experience, no skills, no nothing? You turned the honorable Eastern Star woman down for this. As an honorable matron, she run things. She could have brought the city of Maple Heights so many different resources, not only to District 4, but she would have been an asset to the mayor and her administration. She could have opened doors that you guys will never open. If I was an Eastern Star, and I'm not, but my mama is, and my sister is, I would be so offended right now. You mean to tell me you turned down a lady with that type of background and you gambled on a lawbreaker with a bench warrant, a person that you don't even know if he actually resides in the city? This person has told you that he's an assistant football coach for the city of Maple Heights. Well, last I checked, Maple Heights football coaches are Shaq Washington, Dre Grant, and a guy named Mike Mazurowski, not Deontay Abrams. And if you look this guy up on Facebook, guess what, Maple Heights District 4? Your appointed councilperson, he goes by the name of D Money. And this is what you wanted. Unfreaking believable. And here's the thing about it. Here's the thing. I remember this last election, right? People didn't want the young lady who was running against AG in District 7. One of the main reasons was because they were saying that she had a sketchy voting record, but she wasn't a lawbreaker, and she's not a lawbreaker. We didn't want Devin Nelson because he was he's the son of Mayor Blackwell. And that's just too much power for one family. Could not allow Blackwell to, turn Maple Heights into the city of the Blackwell Heights. And all he really talked about was football. And the current council person was all upset about that. And I agreed with him. The guy just talked about football. He don't know legislation. But yet and still, the current council person turns around and throws his support behind a young man who's engaged in football. He does not work for the city of Maple Heights, according to my research. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, prove me wrong, and I'll come back and I'll apologize. But yet and still, you shake your pom-poms and vote for this guy, talking about, this is what bothers me with y'all godly people, talking about he deserves a second chance and God forgives. If y'all don't stop misquoting my Bible, y'all going to hell and jail. God forgives, but God is not going to put somebody who's not knowledgeable in a leadership position when he's talking about his people. Who are y'all talking to? Y'all ain't that damn bright. Stop using God for your nonsense. Then I heard this. Now this part tripped me out. They told me that after they did the real vote from the rig vote, they standing in the hallway, they hugging and kissing this guy. And you got some silly willy council people who voted for this guy talking about, I had a traffic ticket. Ain't nothing wrong with a traffic ticket. Hell, I had two. Here's the thing, dum-dum. A lot of us get traffic tickets. But the difference is this. Did you pay your fine or did you get a bench warrant? The difference is this. Are you out there driving without a license or are you driving with a license? The difference is this. Do you have a bench warrant or don't you have a bench warrant? That's the difference. The difference is this. Are you driving your car with fictitious license plates or you not? That's the difference. It's not about the traffic ticket, dumb. It's about the behavior. And y'all got nerves to talk about East Cleveland. The whole region is pretty much laughing at Maple Heights Council right about now. And I told you guys in an editorial, make a wrong decision, you'll shame your city. And y'all were so busy worried about a vote on the floor that you didn't mind being the donkeys of the year. And I got to remember this for 2027 because we already did the jackass for 2026. But damn it, right now, you guys are floating in a great position. Position 1, 2, 3, and 4. Brown on Cleveland, I said it. Don't care. So let's look at this. I got an email today because I'm now on their list as media, and I want to know about every single special meeting that's going on in the city. Why? So I can add my 2 cents to their damn nonsense. Show enough. Don't care. So a newly appointed council person has bench warrants. And he should be arrested. This raises a critical question. What should the police do? You see, the law mandates that police enforce these warrants. They must arrest the individual and extradite them to the issuing judge, just like they did with Boobie Gibson. Remember? Beechwood pulled him over. They found out he had a bench warrant. They took his ass over there and he stayed in jail overnight. He had to pay that fine. Sure did. Didn't care nothing about because he played ball, had nothing to do with it. He was disrespectful to the court. He had a court hearing and he did not show up. The question is, how can this appointed council person take the oath of office with an open bench warrant hanging over his head? Should the fellow council colleagues protect him, or should they turn him over to the legal authorities? This dilemma puts the integrity of the council at stake. It raises questions about accountability in public office. What is the legal responsibility of the city's chief of police and the law director in this situation? Transparency is crucial, and the public deserves to know that their legislators are held to the same standards as everyone else. If this was Joe Blow across the street, Chief Hansen, if he knew he was across the street and he saw him, he would have the police arrest him. What's up, Chief? You doing your job, or are we playing politics? Now, last I checked, Mahoney County's bench warrant was settled because he went down there and got put on a payment plan. And he ain't paid no money, but he on that plan. The one in Willoughby, last I checked, is still open. And if that is not resolved by Wednesday, during their swearing-in ceremony, I expect for the chief of police to arrest his happy ass. And if city council members interfere, it is obstruction of justice, and they ass need to go to jail as well, because you're already going to hell. Brown on TV. Don't care. Now, just in case you guys don't know what a bench warrant is, let me read it to you. A bench warrant is a judge's order for immediate arrest, typically issued when someone misses a court date. So let me tell you this. He ain't missed one, y'all. He missed two. That ain't a behavior. That's straight out disrespectful. You either violate probation or disobeys a court order authorizing law enforcement to take the person into custody and bring them before the court. Once issued, it enters a database, meaning any police contact, even a traffic stop, can lead to arrest and jail time until bail is posted or the issue resolved, often requiring an attorney to recall the warrant. An arrest warrant is for suspected criminal activity, while a bench warrant focuses on ensuring compliance with court orders, even for minor issues like a missed traffic ticket. If the situation warrants itself, I hate to tell y'all ceremony just may be turned into a legal arrest. So I know y'all listening. Yeah, you little haters. But you know Kim Brown always gonna tell you the truth. If I was y'all, just like y'all drove him down to Mahoney County, y'all got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to drive him down to Willoughby so he could take care of that damn bench warrant. Because if not, the police must do their job. And it further says, hold on, if police refuse to arrest someone with an active bench warrant, it's a serious issue, as bench warrants carry the same weight as other warrants, meaning officers can and usually will arrest a person during any encounter. It don't matter if it's at a swearing in while you're lying, saying the oath of office. It don't matter if it's at home, a traffic stop, or if you stop at Maple Heights City Hall and you check in your council mailbox. It does not matter. Your ass is supposed to be arrested. Don't care, don't care, don't care. The bottom line is this: as legislators, you guys take an oath of office. And if he's not going to be responsible and he's going to keep being irresponsible. There should be something in Maple Heights City Charter where voters can come from District 4 and recall his happy ass and get rid of that appointment. Brown on Cleveland, I said it. Show did, show did, show did. As an activist, as a news reporter, as a podcaster, I am sick and tired or sick of people trying to play with my intelligence. And what really disturbs me is this: as intelligent as I am, go ask Garfield Heights. I got rid of one of their council persons. Damn it. She wasn't doing right. She lied, and I will help get rid of this one, Brown on Cleveland. You guys will no longer treat residents like they're footstools, like you could just walk all over them. And you never went to anybody in District 4 to ask them what do they want. You guys voted for somebody simply because you wanted a vote on the floor. Brown on Cleveland, I said it because I know it's true. I'm sick of y'all. And let's go a little further before we talk about this oath of office real quick. Y'all, this is going to be funny. Watch this. Y'all know that Messy Maple, their meetings are now on YouTube. Yeah, thanks to Kimberly Brown. Showed up. Don't care. Who didn't know it? You know it. Watch the meetings. It's going to be funny as hell. So the lineup is going to look like this. You got Stafford Chenette. Then you got seasoned senior Tony Jones. Then you're going to have Councilman Tim Tatum. Then you're going to have D Money going to be up in the house. That's his name, right? Then you're going to have Shirley Merritt, new. Then you're going to have Tina Marbury. Then you're going to have Edwin A.G. You're going to have D Money next to Shirley Merritt. Whew, let's see how this works out when it comes to Robert's rules. When it comes to reading legislation, proposed legislation before they get to the council meeting. This is going to be, man, this shit going to be funny. I hope somebody is really working and training these people, because if not, it's going to be a matter of laughable. And Kimberly Brown, I'm going to report every bit of this. I know you guys have the neighborhood news, reporting news, but they don't report it like Brown on Cleveland. I talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. I give you a play-by-play, and ain't nobody get no pass in 2026. The reality is this: you wanted to be in that seat, they slid you in that seat. It was a rigged seat. You're going to be held accountable for that seat. D-money, D-money, D-money. Now, here's going to be the funny part, right? Because I'm going to the swearing in, y'all. Sure enough, I'm going. Don't care. They're probably not going to let me in the door. I be down with you? Probably not. They ain't going to let me in the door. They be like, that's Brown on Cleveland. They going to move it from the high school. So listen, it's going to be funny, right? So, all the council people, well, the ones had an election, they got to do the oath of office, right? It's going to be funny. Now, an Ohio council member's oath of office requires them to swear or affirm to support the U.S. and the Ohio constitutions. Now, you know damn well, if they actually read the United States Constitution and the Ohio Constitution, he would have never been appointed, not at all. And it says they have to, swear to uphold the city's charter and laws. Driving without a license is a crime, according to the state of Ohio. So y'all don't even know the ORC, Ohio Revised Code. You don't know the Ohio Constitution because it's so. And then in the world, y'all would have appointed him. Not too bright. Bunch of dummies, right? Nah, pretty much. So anyway, let's go back. Honestly and impartially perform their duties, ensuring actions are based on merit and fitness. Merit and fitness. Not flunkies, fans, and dummies. No. Merit and fitness, not personal gain, with the oath filed with the city clerk. Key components of the oath. The oath generally includes promises to support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Ohio, support the city charter and ordinances. They don't know the city charter, or ordinances. They really don't, because if so, again, would have never been appointed. Not at all. Discharge duties faithfully, honestly, and impartially. Act based on merit and fitness, not personal influences. Because now the slave owner got her slaves in there, right? You do as I say. Damn, I wish they had some Kunta Kinte's part of Maple. Because they would just run away. Because ain't nowhere in the world you're going to tell Kunta what to do. Nope, not at all. Ooh, what would Harriet Tubman say? One can only imagine, right? And it says, ensure public funds are spent for adequate consideration and efficient service. So listen, you guys, this is what's going to happen on Wednesday. They're going to get sworn in. This shit going to be funny to me. They're going to be like this. Raise your hand. Put your other hand on the Bible. Well, it won't be a Bible. It'll probably be, because it can't be a Bible, because how y'all going to put your hand on the Bible and then just lie? It's like this. You know, I wish I had a real oath of office in front of me. I know it's like this. Do you solemnly swear to, I don't know, uphold the, they got to stop. Do you promisely swear to uphold the United States Constitution, the Ohio Constitution, the city charter ordinance? How can they take the oath of office when they already proved that they have no respect for the United States Constitution, nor the Ohio Constitution, nor Maple Heights city charter or ordinances? Listen, y'all just appointed, not all y'all, 4 of y'all. Y'all just appointed a lawbreaker to the seat. Which brings me to this, Chief Hansen, because you need to listen to this podcast. The message that was just sent to the citizens of the city of Maple Heights, especially our young people. You can drive with fictitious license plates. Nothing's going to happen. It's nothing. It's minor. You can drive without a valid license. It's nothing. It's minor. You can drive under suspension. It's nothing. It's just license. You can have a bench warrant because you simply refuse to attend your court hearing and you're racking up fines from different counties and municipalities. It ain't nothing but a traffic ticket. It ain't nothing. What message are we sending? That's pretty damn sad. All jokes aside, Brown on Cleveland. Self, you said enough. That's sad. And we wonder why our young people today are jacked up and messed up and effed up because of stuff we do. Nobody was trying to throw this young man away, but to put him in a situation that he's not qualified for, to put him in a situation where he clearly states he has no respect for the law, no respect for legislators, no respect for the city of Maple Heights, and he damn sure don't have respect for the people who voted him into office as an appointee for council. And you did it anyway. Sometimes in life, you gotta let people sit for a minute. Let them think about their actions. Let them do that. You don't further them in a situation to where they're able to get in more trouble. Because here's the trouble now. We know he got child support issues. And I'm gonna tell you something. If it was my daughter and he wasn't paying child support, here's what I know now. He's getting ready to get a monthly check from the city of Maple Heights. And you know what I'm gonna tell my daughter to do? Matter of fact, I ain't gotta tell her a damn thing. This is what she's gonna do. He already not paying his child support like he should. We're going to get that money. We're going to get that money. So that little $1,800, $1,900 he's looking at per month, it ain't going to you, bro. It's going over here to little Poppy, little Peanut, little Mary, little Kathy. That's where it's going. And then the other thing is this. You ain't too smart, D-Money. Everybody knows where you're going to be every other Wednesday. If you don't take care of that bench warrant, Willie B gonna come in there and arrest you, probably in the middle of a council meeting. And if Chief Hansen does his job, he's supposed to do it for Willoughby and extradite your ass over there, Brown on Cleveland. Sometimes in life, you got to skate up under the radar. Don't always be so great to want to shake your pom-poms, shake your pom-poms. Because now everybody know. Everybody know. There are a lot of questions going on about this young man. But I really would like to know how the residents of District 4, how they feel about this. Because none of y'all went to the residents. Y'all made a decision based upon what you wanted, not what was best for the city. And I know that, the mayor had nothing to do with this whatsoever. I know it. But did y'all even have a conversation with her? Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Did you guys have a conversation with the council person who was in the seat, who now graduated to the seat of council president? Of course not. Of course not. Did you guys even consider her wants? Of course not. Of course not. You guys did whatever you wanted to do. And I'm quite sure if it was the district where you are the council person, you would have never wanted somebody else to come in and bully you, so therefore they can get who they wanted in that seat just for a vote on the floor. I will never support that decision. Don't care, don't care, don't care. So let's make it very clear. You ain't never got to speak to me again. Sure don't. Because what I've done for you and what I've done in this region, the proof is in the pudding, and it can never be taken away. My history is my history, and my success is always my success. And I simply refuse to do mess. Brown on Cleveland. Pay attention, you guys, to what's going down. If you are an Eastern Star, you should be livid right about now for what happened to one of your honorable matrons. Totally unbelievable. All because of a vote on the floor. Doesn't make sense to me at all. What I do know is this: if the voters voted for this, he would have been a sure miss. Remember, 4 people supported D Money, Lil Ray Ray. Yeah, the lawbreaker. Councilwoman AG, Councilman Stafford Shannette, Councilwoman Tina Stafford Marbury, and former Councilwoman Tangela Madden. I tell you, little Kimmy told me last week, mind your damn business. The other people racist. And this year I will. Brown, brown, brown. I gotta go. That damn Brown on Cleveland. Watch this mess. Will he clean up his bench warrant? If not, then come Wednesday night during the swear-in, the question becomes, will Police Chief Todd Hansen do his job as a police officer and arrest this young man and have him extradited over to Willoughby Hills? Brown, brown, brown. That damn Brown on Cleveland. I've said enough tonight. You guys have a great night, an excellent weekend, and I will talk to you later. And as always, let me make this clear, especially for the stupid people who may be having a stupid conversation right now because I told the whole truth, the real truth, and nothing but the truth. If you talk about me in private, you know damn well if I find out, I'm going to talk about you in public. If you tell a lie on me, I must tell the truth about you. And if you mind my business, I'm damn sure gonna mind yours too. Brown, 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 that damn brown on Cleveland. Welcome to 2026. First show. Woo!
Shake your pom
And
poms. Shake, shake, shake. Kimberly F. Brown, she'll roll up on your hometown. She supports the good, but if you're doing wrong, you better watch yourself. If you're cruel and full of spite, she'll shut you down. One wrong step and it's to the ground. She don't play nice with clowns. Brown, brown, brown on Cleveland. She'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn down brown, brown. She gets the folks in every way. Her light shines bright like midday. She hates the lies, she seeks the truth. She'll call you out and show the proof. She'll clean the streets, she'll get them right. She works all day, she works all night. She loves or hates based on your deeds. Don't cross her path, don't plant your weeds. Brown, brown, brown on Cleveland. She'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn down brown, brown. Brown, brown on Cleveland. She'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn brown, brown. Shake your pom-poms. Shake, shake, shake your pom-poms.